it closed. Keep it closed. Keep the fucking government closed for however long you need to. And no, I'm not a heartless fucking bitch, okay? I'm sick and tired of the Democrats thinking that if they just hold out, that the Republicans are just going to give in. Fuck no. They've said it time and time again. Their foot is down. They are not going to give in. Do you know why? Do you know why? $193 billion to illegal immigrant health care. Fuck no. $135 million to the World Health Organization. Get fucked. They did nothing to help us during COVID, and they've done nothing for America in, well, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus years. $25 million for climate resilience in Honduras. No thank you. $13 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. No. $3 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. Yes, you heard that right. Iraqi Sesame Street. No, no, and no. I'm not sure what the fuck they're thinking. Like, keep it closed. Keep it shut down. It's not hurting my life. Listen, don't get me wrong. I get it. The military is not getting paid, and that pisses me off beyond belief. And as much as I hate to say it, yes, this military is out there fighting for our country every single day, and if anybody deserves to be paid, it is them. But I have talked to some hardcore American service members, and they agree. They said, we would rather deal with this, as painful as it is to our families, especially during the holiday season, than to continue to give in to these foreign nations. And I respect anybody who has come forward, especially that private donor who gave money to the government to pay the military workers. But I don't feel bad for your fucking SNAP benefits. There are food pantries, there are churches that can help you, and most of you guys are fucking taking advantage of it anyways. We would not need SNAP. Let's eliminate the entire fucking program, and to the people who actually need it, the disabled people, the elderly people, they can go to the churches and the food banks. That's what they were designed to do in the first place. Anyways, keep it shut down. I don't give a fuck.
If you use food stamps or the SNAP program in Oklahoma, I want to give you an update for October and November. October funds are still going through as normal. Here's what's happening. The USDA sent letters to state agencies telling them to hold off on uploading November benefits. And they said until further notice. So what that means for Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Department of Human Services will not issue November benefits until told to do so. Now, if you're applying for SNAP or renewing benefits, you can still upload that paperwork. The USDA is saying if funding is not fixed, we'll see 42 million people have a delay in their fundings for November. So Congress has to act to change this so that we see November benefits being issued. We need Republican and Democrats to be at the table to discuss funding issues so that we do not see any effect to November food benefits. I want to remind you there are over 200,000 children that utilize food stamps in Oklahoma. This administration is not showing a timeline or funding fixes specifically for SNAP or food stamps. In past pandemics or other shutdowns, we've seen a little bit clearer guidelines on what those timelines look like, how they're going to be able to find funding. This time there's a lot more silence and confusion, and we are seeing panic among families as we're only, 10 days away from November. Food banks, food pantries, they're going to have a massive rush of people. So we need to ensure that we're supporting our local food banks, our local food pantries, and obviously those organizations that are working for policy change as well.
Yeah, I think Christmas is canceled this year. No Black Friday, no Cyber Monday, none of them bullshit sales prices that they try to pass on for people. Don't nobody else need no more TVs. We don't need no more TVs. TVs getting cheaper, but food getting higher. That's crazy. I just saw a 60-inch in Walmart for like $250. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you, the American people have the opportunity over the next 2 quarters to completely cripple these corporations. Because this is the holiday season. Ain't nobody buying no turkeys. Ain't nobody buying no Hot Wheels. None of them Barbie dream houses. And then come tax season, next quarter, ain't nobody buying and splurging on nothing else. And of course, election season is coming up. If they suffer for 2 straight quarters, 2 of the most important quarters of either one of their fiscal years, I'm telling you, man, these corporations going to completely put their money behind the Democrats. They're going to put their money behind all them folks in blue. And if there's one thing I know about the corporate level, they want their money. All right. Their favorite color is green. They don't care nothing about red and blue. They're opportunists. They want that bread. And here's the thing. We can buy all the necessities as long as we don't buy all that extra shit. They're going to suffer hard.
You mean to tell me there is $6 billion in contingency funding that Trump said will not get tapped into to help extend funds for people that are on SNAP benefits? The president has the authority to defer this issue to Congress to let them know to issue such funds where needed if there is an emergency. And in this case, this is an emergency to help get people fed. So explain to me how this is a Democrat issue when the Republicans has the power of the purse. And this is coming from the same people that sent $40 billion to Argentina. The same people that don't even have a clue as to what it feels like to go hungry when you don't have food. So again, how is this a Democrat issue when they have control of all three branches?
All you other people who don't got no EBT card, who ain't worried about this, who got a job and this and that, and y'all talking down on the people with the EBT card, listen, God gonna get you. And I don't mean that in a spooky way. You listen, just like I'm sure a lot of people see my journey and they see how haughty or proud I was or gloating and flossy I was about a lot of things. Yeah, I always had a good heart. Yeah, I always was giving and loving. And a lot of the times I was bragging, I didn't even really understand what I was doing. On a certain level I did, but on a deep level I didn't understand. That's why you will never see me get on here and brag and do all this and do all that ever again, unless it's about God, unless it's about Jesus. Because I live a different life now. And I just want to end this video, this series, with praying for everybody. So
the grocery stores are going to lose so much money if EBT is cut or placed on hold next month. They're going to lose so much money. And groceries are already, I just left Walmart. Groceries are so freaking expensive. Like, I feel like they are slowly adding a couple cents to every item. And, you know, just little by little so we don't notice it. I saw this MAGA supporter on TikTok saying, you know, they're so excited that EBT is getting cut because now groceries are going to go down. And it's just like, how do you figure that? How do you figure that? Like, when people get EBT, it's not the grocery store giving them groceries for free. The government is paying for it. And I'm completely okay as a taxpayer with, you know, people having access to food stamps to buy food for themselves and their children. Like, but one of two things are going to happen, if not both. People are going to steal. People are going to start stealing like heavy from the grocery store. It's going to be food boosters now. Or people are just going to stop buying groceries. They're going to stop buying groceries. I'm sorry, but like when people get food stamps, say you get $500 in food stamps. You're not, people who get that much, they're not saving, oh, I don't have to buy food, so I'm going to save $500. They literally don't have it. Like they, after paying all their bills, they have no money left over. That's why they get food stamps. So groceries going down a little bit in price is not going to magically make money that they don't have to begin with appear. Like, and even if, like, so my receipt from Walmart says I bought 48 items. Let's say, you know, the prices dropped by 20 cents on everything on that list. That's still less than $10. That's still less than $10. That is not going to change the fact that these groceries are too damn high. I'm curious to see if the prices go up because, you know, less people are buying and they need to make up for it. I'm curious to see if, you know, hours get cut of grocery store employees because less people are, you know, going there to buy a bunch of stuff. I'm curious to see if, you know, suppliers lose money because grocery stores are, you know, the demand has gone down so they don't need to order as much. Like, I just feel like it's going to be a huge ripple effect. I'm a single woman and I just spent so much on groceries, so I can only imagine somebody who has children. Like, this is not affordable at all.
Look, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, call me what you want, pop, broke, whatever, but I love my EBT card. Y'all hear me? I love my EBT card, bro. I'm from New York, and the EBT card out here is definitely a black card. You hear me? Like, no cap, bro. Like, you could get anything you want. I go to the store right now, and I could go get me some headphones. Literally, like, you want some backwoods, you could cop it with that. Like, whatever you want. I don't know about y'all, where y'all at. I could even buy a t-shirt with my shit. Y'all could call me what y'all want, but I'm gonna eat better tonight. And the seafood spot, oh yeah. If you in New York and you know them seafood spots that take EBT, come on, man. That's the best thing ever. Like, y'all not gonna tell me nothing. I love my EBT card, and I'm never gonna get rid of it. I don't care. They're not gonna get it from me. I don't care. They're gonna have to find me.
Is Trump going to give out SNAP benefits at the last minute to make himself look like the hero? It's definitely not out of the realm of possibility, but the theory alone doesn't quite explain why he would do such a thing. It's not to be altruistic, and we certainly know that it's not to end the government shutdown, because I think Republicans benefit more from the government being shut down than started back up again. There's one thing we know for sure about Donald Trump, is that he never does something for nothing. He's certainly holding SNAP benefits hostage as a bargaining chip, but I don't think the bargaining chip is to end the government shutdown. I think when push comes to shove and these SNAP benefits are actually cut off and the Republicans that are on these SNAP benefits realize that no one is coming to the rescue, they're going to look to their leader. And he's going to have a solution for them. And this is the part where we're just talking. We're just throwing out ideas. Let's say Trump says, okay, I'm going to use these emergency funds that we could have used to pay everyone's SNAP benefits. I'm going to hand these emergency funds out to states. And I'm going to let them control those funds and decide how they divvy them out to everyone living in their state. But in order for you to access those funds, in order for me to send you money, you have to agree to something. And what's the one thing that he wants from all 50 states more than anything else right now? He wants control. He wants to be able to send in his men in uniform into those states. Okay? He wants National Guardsmen and military members in all 50 states. He wants approval from governors to be able to do that, because it's easier. It's easier to get it done when they say, yeah, go ahead and come in. What do you think is one really diabolical way to get every blue state governor to begrudgingly agree to total cooperation with ICE and Homeland Security? Tie it to SNAP benefits. Of course, given the choice, Donald Trump will want to look like the hero, especially to his supporters in red states. But of course, this is all dependent on whether or not the government remains shut down. And from where I'm sitting, they're not making any efforts to bring in the congressmen and senators back to work. So he really only has one or two options. He can leave everyone without SNAP benefits and watch his supporters starve, or make himself look like the hero. But he's not going to do any of that unless he gets something out of it.
People always want to ask me, why do I have so many kids and why do I continue having kids? And the answer is simple. I have more kids to get more benefits from the government. The more kids I have, the more money that I get. I get food stamps, I get child support, I get WIC, I get cash assistance. I'm basically setting up my kids for the future. And at this point, I probably make more money off of my government assistance than you do at your job. This is simply what works for me and my family. So stop asking me to stop having kids, stop asking me to get a job, because that's never going to happen. And this is also another reason why I got custody of my grandchildren, because I just wanted to add as much people as I can to my case to get, take advantage of all the benefits that the government gives out. And it's actually nobody's business at all. So I don't care what you guys have to say. This is how I live my life. This is what works for me and my family, and I will continue to do so. And I have taught my children to do the same.
I'm Cayman, and I'm on EBT, and that upsets a lot of people. But guess what? To the people that are upset, you got your wish! They're cutting EBT. Just to clarify a few things real quick. I work 50-plus hour weeks. I am disabled. I lost my family and my home at age 19. And I get like $178 a month to use on groceries, and that's being cut entirely. You know what else hasn't been covered for a while? My testosterone. It's been $62 per week out of pocket, which is why I haven't been on it for months. It's causing health issues, it's causing hormonal problems. It's really not a good thing all around. I'm also on Medicaid. Medicaid is on the line to be cut. If I don't have health insurance, that's even more money out of pocket. So you know what I'm not doing this year? I'm not paying taxes, because this government does not represent me. No taxation without representation. If you guys aren't willing to pay as a community to help people like me and people who are different from you, then people like us aren't going to be willing to help you either. I'm already doing all I can to take care of myself, and it's incredibly difficult. I can't try much harder because I'm expending all of my energy doing this, so that's part of why I make extra money here on TikTok. By the way, if you're still here, thank you for all the interaction you can give, because I'm trying to leave this country, and making money on here could really help with that. So, bye-bye! Hope you guys have fun without our tax dollars.
It is about, let's say, about 4 weeks from Thanksgiving, and I want everyone to understand, especially those who are on SNAP, and that their SNAP benefits will expire on the 1st, is that all of these politicians that you basically fund their salaries, right, with your taxes, and, you know, pay into a government that's supposed to help you, they will have food for Thanksgiving. They'll have their extravagant galas, their extravagant dinners, while you and your family will be hungry. And it's not because of the Senate Democrats, I promise you. Because a clean CR, that's again a propaganda message. There's nothing clean about it. They're just trying to force their way of saying, oh, pass the clean CR and then we'll reopen the government and then we can discuss not raising the premiums. That is a fucking lie. You cannot trust a word that comes out of their mouth. It's the same administration that promised to release the Epstein files, that promised not to put any other country first, America first, right? You cannot believe a word they're saying. And I know, and I'm sorry that this, especially this upcoming month, is going to be extremely difficult for many of you. But we need to open our eyes, because this is what they want. They want us divided. They want us to just give up, and that they can just rule into whatever they want to benefit the wealthy. Essentially, because the wealthy will be fine, right? They're going to probably even make more money off of our pain.
People are experiencing in real time the changes to SNAP benefits. This is because you can no longer purchase junk food. They're blaming it on the Republicans. But what people are not talking about is that come 1 October, when the 2026 federal appropriation is set to be enacted, it will impact Democratic states as well, because the 2026 appropriation is in alignment with the Big Beautiful Bill. Now, here's something people are not talking about. In all the videos that I am seeing that are going viral, it is in the pastry aisles of like the bakery or at the register where people are trying to purchase candy. Most of the carts, 90% of the food is processed, which means we have a larger issue. People don't know how to cook. It's not that the federal government or the government is now making it very restrictive for people not to have a certain experience in life. And that's, the cake, cookies, and pies. It's the fact that people don't know how to gather the ingredients to make it. And then going back to the processed food, as I mentioned, there's no reason why you have benefits and there is no milk or water in your cart. Milk or water in your cart. Most of the videos is just that. And this is just the beginning.
I see so many people mumbling and cackling and he and ha-haing and EBT finna go. Y'all gotta suffer like us. Y'all gotta suffer like us. I'm like, where you get off at? So you jealous of somebody who getting EBT? Real talk. You really jealous of somebody that's getting eat better today when you making $100,000, $200,000 a year? Are you jealous? Well, if you're so jealous, won't you quit your job and won't you go through some financial situations and financial hardships and go get on EBT? Y'all sitting around here laughing and just hearing and ha-haing up. I'm just like, every time I scroll, somebody is making a joke and laughing at the poor. Like, God don't play about the poor. That is so crazy to me. Now, granted, you got people out here who abuse food stamps. You got people out here, those people get caught every day, B. They get caught. But we talking about the folks that actually need it. We talking about Social Security. We talking about Medicaid. We talking about all the stuff that these people are playing with. The folks that's laughing so hard are going to get the hit the hardest. Let me tell you something. God ain't never played. You got to understand, if they cut off EBT, they shut down Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. Do you know how many folks going to be out of a job when they start cutting? It's more folks on EBT and Medicaid and Medicare than it is on regular benefits. Y'all not hearing me though. So don't think that when they knock down one chain, somebody's job is not going to get whacked. Somebody else's household is not going to be affected. They know what they're doing. They start at the bottom and they work their way up. Trust me, you're not safe. You're not, nobody is safe. I can't braid no more. Somebody's still gonna be affected. One of my clients, hours that's gonna probably get cut back, probably not gonna be able to come get their hair done. So while y'all laughing, y'all need to be praying and trying to figure this thing out. See, I always knew, like, when you know how, like, and I say this all the time, you know how, like, when two people be competing, then one of the competition get knocked off, it ain't fun no more. It be like, dang, like, it ain't even worth, doing no more because it was competitive at one point, but now that person done dropped out or fell off. Now I'm out here all alone. Now I ain't got nobody. When that one person or those group of people get knocked off, you're not gonna have a better life because people that's on SNAP benefits are getting cut off. Your life is not gonna elevate. It's gonna get harder. Prices are gonna get up. Grocery stores are going to be tight with their stuff. So don't believe the hype, baby. Don't laugh too hard. Your teeth might fall out. Because y'all so tickled about somebody not being able to get this and not being able to get that no more. But God has always provided. God has always made a way for the less fortunate. That's who he care about. Because he know the rich don't do nothing but try to get richer. But he know the poor, that's who he looks out for. Go through the Bible. Because y'all swear it's man. But go through the Bible. It tells you, don't even play with the poor. Help the poor. Rich man in hell. Poor man in heaven. Y'all better go read. Because I don't see nothing funny. Not nothing. About this shutdown, I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny for nobody money to be getting played with. Because if I work 40 hours or I've been working a whole month and then these folks telling me they ain't gonna pay me, it'll be up and it's stuck, and he better be glad that nobody ain't crashed out on them. This is sad, y'all. So don't think, and I know the people, he voted, y'all, they voted for Trump, Yeah, they just don't know no better. That's how white folks, and not all white folks, black folks did it too. And the Mexicans, they did it too. All races went over there and voted for that man. That man cared nothing about you. He cared nothing about me. He only cared about himself. Y'all better stop letting y'all hate for a skin tone and a skin color and gender stop y'all from voting right. I'm telling y'all, because it's finna be a cause and effect around this mud. Everybody finna be looking crazy. Now, me personally, I done been in my lowest before. I done been broke before. So it ain't gonna make me no different. It ain't gonna make me no never mind. I already battle with mental illness because of things that have happened in my life. So, hey, I've been there. But there was a time 3 years ago, God taught me ingredients. He taught me how to make bread from scratch. He taught me how to make butter from scratch. Hair oil. Like, God was preparing me for such a time as this. So y'all need to start looking up recipes and stuff like that. Y'all gonna have to go back to y'all roots. That's what it is. Go back to what you know. Start feeding them kids meals that last 2 and 3 days. Oh yeah. If it ain't no McDonald's, ain't no McDonald's money, ain't no Chick-fil-A money, ain't no Subway, ain't no Raising Cane. Ain't no American Deli. Wing. Y'all finna be at home making wings. And hopefully won't have to be out here chasing chickens and cutting their head off. Because, baby, operations are going to get shut down. Don't think that it's not going to affect you while you're laughing so hard. Teeth about to fall out your mouth.